18 new officers are sworn in during the Southern Desert Regional Police Academy graduation this morning. The 21-week academy is a partnership with the Henderson Police Department, North Las Vegas Police Department, City of Las Vegas Detention and Enforcement, and the College of Southern Nevada. The program helps recruit more officers across the valley that can make a difference during a mass shooting like the one that happened last month at UNLV.
That day was incredible to see the amount of individuals that showed up from all different agencies across the valley. Not just our larger agencies, but our smaller agencies showed up. And that's what this academy represents. We are a regional academy that represents multiple smaller agencies across the valley. And things like December 6th is why we need more officers.
The new graduates will now start their advanced academy training for the next 6 months before entering the field.